This is the sweetest comment. I can't believe that it's been 5 years, and I can't believe that this album has been out for that long. So I wanted to do something special, and I wanted to share fun facts about each song that was on my first EP. Track 1 is called A Love Song. It was the first single off my EP, which was then the first single I ever released. I released it in October of 2017. I wrote this song in June of 2016 when I was actually spending the summer in Nashville, which is wild because I live here now. But anyway, I had been writing for probably 4 years before I wrote this song. And when I wrote it, I was like, oh no, I really like this. Like, it was the first song I really latched onto. And the week I wrote it, I decided to go play it at this open mic at a restaurant that's no longer even around in Nashville called Jed's. And what I didn't know is that open mic was actually a contest through Lightning 100, which is Nashville's radio station, to play a song on radio. And so after I played, a radio DJ came up to me and asked me if I would want to play that song live on the radio the following week. I actually still see that video on YouTube if you really look. So that was really cool. And another fun fact is that I actually didn't write this song about myself. It was written about two people very close to me, and they still don't know it's about them. So that's the story behind A Love Song. Happy 5 years to Fly Home. If you click the sound, you can find the album, and I hope you check it out. Track 2, Where Do Hearts Go? I really love the story behind this one. I believe I wrote it when I was a sophomore in college, and it was pretty funny because I was in a musical theater club in college, and we were rehearsing. And I remember we were doing vocal warm-ups, and my friend, who was like the director of that rehearsal, played a descending like FCA on piano to do like a vocal warm-up. And I literally was like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I left the rehearsal and I ran down the stairs. There are practice rooms like in the bottom of this building. And I went into a practice room and wrote like all of Where Do Hearts Go in 20 minutes. I think I just wrote like everything but the bridge at that point, and then I went back and wrote the bridge later, but I just like recorded it all on my phone and just kind of like, it was one of those things that like I had the lyrics and emotion of the song pent up for so long that once I like sat down, I just like wrote it very quickly. But yeah, that was the story. I then went back to rehearsal and they were like, are you okay? So I kind of explained myself, and luckily they understood because it's my friends. But yeah, that's the story behind it. Even though this one's now a pretty deep cut, I feel like this one will always have a special place in my heart because it's one where like when people hear and like find on Spotify, people will reach out and be like, I had no idea you had like a breakup anthem hidden away in your Spotify. So if you want a female powerful anthem, check this one out. It's one of my favorite. Track 3, Black and White. Fun fact number 1, I wrote this song in the middle of the night. Fun fact number 2, this one took me 3 months to write because I wanted to check out a lot of the details that I was writing about, since it's such a sensitive topic about social issues. And so I like spoke to a lot of people in person about this song. And fun fact number 3, the original demo of this song is actually available on Bandcamp for a compilation album called Demos for a Difference. It came out in 2020 to benefit the NAACP's Legal Defense Fund. So if you want to hear a bunch of songs that are either created during the pandemic or about social justice, and where all of the artists wanted their platform to speak for social change and speak out, go check out that compilation album and Black and White, because then you'll have proceeds go to the NAACP. So it was a cause that's just still near and dear to my heart, and I think about it all the time. So I'm really happy that the song's out in the world. Track 4, Colorado. First things first, I feel like this song changed everything for me. I wrote this song for a friend. I feel like that's a big theme of Fly Home. I tend to learn about myself like through other people. So like someone else will be going through something and I'll problem solve it, and then I'll be like, oh, that applies to my life, because you're able to kind of take a step back. And so this song was that for me. I wrote this for my friend who was a year older than me in college, and after college he was moving across the country. And so I honestly wrote this song as like a graduation gift to him. It's a song literally about leaving everyone and everything behind and moving across the country, and it became so much more than that. And this song kind of became an anthem for change in my own life, and more than that, it became the first song that people I didn't know started reaching out to me about because they had heard it at a live show or found it on Spotify, or their friends sent it to them. And so because of that, it kind of started informing the way I write songs, because I saw how my music is able to reach people. And so it really became this motivation and inspiration, and really propelled the way that I write my music now. I feel like I tend to be as vulnerable as possible in my music, in songs like 24 Years Down and Constellations and We Can Still Sing, and those are just off the top of my head released on Spotify. And I think that's because I saw, like, the deeper that you are and the more of yourself you put in a song, the more it will relate to people. And so, yeah, I guess this track 4 is more of just like a gratitude one, because that song means everything to me, and I still like cry every single time I play it. And another fun fact, there's a lyric in this song that says I take in the moment, and it refers to taking in the moment with somebody before you leave them and like move across the country, and just trying to take in your last moments of college and high school and graduation and your family and all of that. And I actually accidentally made this a thing where now every time I sing the song, I just take in the moment wherever I am. And so that's really special to me. So as you can probably tell, this song is probably the most special one to me on the entire EP. And if you have a second, I really think you'll like it if you're seeing this, and I really hope you check it out. It's called Colorado. Oh, another fun fact, I have never been to Colorado, so someone take me. Track 5, Everything You Wanted. Everything You Wanted is actually the response written to track 6, Fly Home. I wrote this song at the same time I wrote my song A Love Song. I wrote it 3 days later, so I also wrote it on my dorm room bed in Nashville over the summer of 2016. I was taking classes at Belmont that summer, so that's why I was in a dorm room. And fun fact number 3, this song was actually the first song that I recorded for my EP. So I hope you check it out. It's called Everything You Wanted. I think you'll like it. Let me know what you think. Track 6, the title track, Fly Home. First of all, I wrote this song when I was 18. It was the first real song I ever loved. Like, I wrote it on piano, and I think it was the moment when I realized, like, oh, this feels amazing. Writing music, putting your feelings into words. I wrote verse 1 and 2 as a poem, and so if you just take out the choruses of the song and read verse 1 and 2, that was the poem. And then I wrote the chorus on piano, so I had the melody for the chorus. And I wrote them weeks apart, and I didn't even know they were related until I was playing the chorus on piano and was really like, what lyrics can I put here? And then it was just all so simple. I wrote this song for my friend who was trying to come out at the time, and I wrote it for him just as a reminder that, like, he has everything he needs, and, you know, I'll always be here for him. And so that's what the song's about. Needless to say, this is one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and it made finding the title of the EP so simple, because the whole EP is about me finding myself, my friends finding themselves, me learning who my friends are, graduating from college, moving across the country. And so it felt really significant, and it still is. So that was the last track on the EP. Fly Home is out everywhere now. I hope that you'll give it a listen and celebrate with me today.